This has actually been a good week in Strasbourg. Started off very well. The flight was on time, first time in about 6 months. And the bus journey from Frankfurt Airport to Strasbourg only took 2 hours. Normally it takes 3. And it got better because the issues that were dealt with and passed, I think, were very favourable to Ireland. If we take the CO2 emissions for cars and light commercial vehicles, we wanted a high ambition in that, and we got it, despite obviously representatives of the car industry having reservations. They wanted to keep the emission targets very low, but we passed 40% reductions by 2030, which I think is attainable without doing any damage to the industry. And anyway, the sooner we move to hybrids and EVs, the better for the environment, and indeed the better for everybody. Also, I took part in the debate on money laundering. This is an issue that we often don't hear about, but it's causing huge damage to the economy, that and tax evasion. And it's obviously done by individuals, facilitated often by banks and indeed by member states. And when I was speaking, I said that no individual must be too big to jail, no bank too big to fail, and no member state too big to nail, if we are really to nail this terribly unjust opportunity that's there now for so many people to make money at the expense of others. So that is something we'll be watching as we move forward. Also, we were very happy that the free flow of non-personal data proposals were passed. This is very important. I was involved in the GDPR as a rapporteur dealing with personal data, but non-personal data has to flow beyond borders to facilitate the creation of the single digital market. And that is going to happen, and it will be very important, of course, as we move forward into connected cars and the Internet of Things. I was pleased as well that the government have announced a consultation in relation to daylight savings. I've been the only Irish representative on the work group on this for 9 years now in the Parliament. We have a proposal coming to us that we would end the practice of changing the clock next spring, that we would move it forward for the last time. So I urge the government to do their consultation very quickly and to make that decision. But it would be amazing if it was anything different to the consultation carried out by right across Europe, where over 84% of the Irish people who responded said they wanted to end the biannual clock change. So that's a good move. And finally, I met Alexander Stubb, former Prime Minister of Finland. He's standing now for what we call the Spitzen candidate in relation to who's going to be the next President of the European Commission. Very impressive guy, fine and fit, like myself. So he and Manfred will now have to fight it out at the EPP conference, which is coming up in Helsinki shortly. Also, it was great to see Minister McEntee here. She's well respected, she works very hard, and especially as we try to keep everything together, is supporting Ireland in relation to Brexit. Once again, President Juncker said that, and I think we will have to keep our eye on the ball right until Brexit is delivered, or maybe in due course, not delivered, but certainly no hard border in the island of Ireland is absolutely vital. I look forward to a rather busy weekend where I will be in Cork and in Dublin and in Limerick and Tipperary, but as they say, c'est la vie. It's a pleasure to be an MEP, so let's get on with the work. Go to me, Margaret.